It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, it's the end of a week, it's a Friday, and thank goodness it's Friday. It's a holiday weekend here in America as well, and I have you covered. Friends, we're gonna have a supersized Masterpiece Friday episode today. I'm looking at music from Elton John as covered by Metallica as well. Stay tuned, friends. It's going to be a fun ride. So this will be my first time including music on the channel by Elton John. And there's a very good reason why that has been the case. It's because I love his music. I have known his music for many, many years, and he's one of my favorites. I love playing keyboards, and he's one of the best keyboard musicians in this style, rock and pop music. And so I've known Elton's music for many years, and because I normally do reactions to music that I don't previously know, that's why Elton has not been on the channel. But back in May, I found a transcription of Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding by Elton John, the opening tracks from his all-time great 1973 double album Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And with that transcription, I recorded a behind the score episode for my Patreon. I do these behind the score episodes, these in-depth analysis videos once a month over on Patreon. In this particular episode, over about 45 minutes, I take you on a deep dive into these iconic tracks, and it's just, we're in our sandbox and we're loving every minute of it. So that video is still available on Patreon if you want to see the entire thing. So at about the same time, I was made aware of a cover version that Metallica had performed earlier this year. And I've refrained from watching that one because I wanted to share my reaction to that at some point. Well, today's the day. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to show you about 15 minutes. I've edited down the behind the score video to about 15 minutes of footage where we get to hear all of Elton's original sounds. And then I'm going to return and listen to Metallica's cover with all of you. So first, here is my analysis of Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding from Elton John. So, let me get my headphones on here. I'm going to move my notes to the side, and I'm going to show you this big screen that we've got here. It's a big time score, and so just to show you what's going on here, let me zoom in a little bit. That's not the right place to zoom. I'm going to zoom over on this one. Whoop, that's a little farther in. Okay, so arranged by A. Ramsell. He's done quite a piece of work here. At the top, just follow the brackets, y'all. At the top, it's Elton's vocal line, and then 3 staves of backing vocals when they come in. And he doesn't start singing until the second tune. Okay, then what we've got is kind of clipped together. This is the same instrument. One staff is the traditional notation, and one staff is a tab. And this is for the first electric guitar. Here's a second electric guitar with its notation and its tab. Here's the bass with its tab. And then we've got 3 staves here for the keyboard. And then down at the bottom, we've got the drums. And so when we put all of that together, as I sort of zoom back out here, let me get back to there. That's going to set us up. And I think that's how I'm going to have them set, so we can see 2 pages at a time as it goes. It's a little small as it gets in there, but we can figure it out as we go, I think. The interesting thing, let me turn my keyboard on here. You'll see at the very beginning, we've got a key signature of 3 flats. Now, I said that this song ends in A. It's starting in C minor. And that's, you know, A isn't even in C minor, it's A flat. But that first note that we get is here is an E flat. I always heard the B flat, but it might be just the bell itself of that natural 5th overtone ringing out on it. But it's here at the beginning, and then you get the right into the the piano part here down here as he goes. So let's hear it, y'all. It's going to be fun. I think that's all I need to say to you. Let's do it, shall we? Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road is the album, and it's Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding. Here we go, y'all. Okay, there's the wind. Wind and sound effects, it says. Double P, quiet. See, I always hear the B flat, but the E flat is below it. Bum, bum. And then you get the synth here as it comes in. Quick little resolution to E flat, relative major, then right back to C minor. But it cadences using the major third, C major. I think that's on a Moog. There's a synth line. Moving keys. That's the 5 in a new key. It's moving. A major. But he's messing with it immediately. Switching between or using both A major and A minor sounds at the same time. Really cool flat 2. Then 5. Bum, 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 bum. Major 1. Bum, 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 bum. Minor 4. This up here is the electric bass line. So he's playing a B flat. Great classical sequence. Goes up to G sharp in the bass. A minor. Goes right into okay, and that's how many yeah, it gets into a little bit more, right? So let's go back and take, where are we? Where it turns in here in 19 to 20. Let's go back and take a look more at the beginning. It's really cool, isn't it? There. So let's keep going with this tune. I'm going to back up a little bit and keep going. Sorry. Here we go. Do it again. Really nice notation of percussion. progression as before. Why it sounds classical is because of that sequential motion. And it comes back to but he's got that flat 2 in there still hanging out, and all of this is just over an A extension. Flat 2 over that A. It's really cool. Get some guitars coming in, and we're into the next tune, y'all.
The roses in the window box are two to do on side.
And we've got some chords up here to help us. A to D to B minor.
Oh, it doesn't seem a year ago to this very day. You said, I'm sorry, honey, if I don't change the pace, I can't face another day. And love lies bleeding in my hand. Oh, I can't but to think of you with another man.
It's a great transcription, right? Show you that because it's a similar idea to what he's been up to, right? We got now everybody playing. We got the singers, we got the guitar players, we got bass, Elton on the keys, and the drummer down there doing his thing. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna back up and see where he's at.
My hands.
Little woodwinds, staccato woodwinds. Same progression. It's his own 4-chord song. A, C, G, A major. Back into the groove. It's so much music for the start of an album, right? It's just Elton. It's a little bit of everything. It's proggy, it's rock and roll, it's pop, it's too long for radio, but yet radio loved it anyway. Okay, y'all, back here in real time. Remember, you can see all of this video. It's 45 minutes, about 45 minutes, and it's on my Patreon. Recently in this Behind the Score series, we've been looking at Movements from the Planets by Gustav Holst. We've looked at the first movement of Concerto for Group and Orchestra by John Lord and Deep Purple. We've also looked at the Olympic Fanfare and Theme by John Williams, and there's a lot more in that series if you'd like to take a look. I very much enjoy producing those videos. So, y'all, my question is, how in the world does Metallica, a heavy metal band without a keyboard player, cover a song by Elton John, who, like we said, is a pop rock artist who is one of the more talented pianists in this style over the last 50 plus years? How do they do it, right? How do you rearrange a piece that's so heavily tied to the keyboard and do a cover without one? It's one thing that I really want to observe and see how they did it. So we need to watch the performance and find out. Earlier this year, Elton and Bernie Taupin were awarded the Library of Congress Gershwin Prize for Popular Song, and Metallica was there to play Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding, not only to honor Elton and Bernie, but they played the song with Elton and Bernie. Yeah, maybe they could go together like that. They played the song with Elton and Bernie sitting close by and observing them while they did it. It should be a fun performance to watch. So let's get to it, y'all. Here is Metallica with their cover of Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding from March of this year. Off we go. Okay. I think you're tuned down. sounds different, doesn't it? It's an A flat instead of A. That might help James, because that original is way high vocal. So they've adapted into their style. There's a Okay. Two guitars. Okay. Half steps. They're doing flat 2 over that. Interesting. Because it comes in there, right? Remember Elton's riff with that B flat all the way over that A? All right. Now they go. This works pretty well, actually. It's easier for me to sing along because it's not as high as the original Elton version. James's voice has changed quite a bit over the years, but there they are. Gotcha, y'all. There, Elton sing along. It's a weird thing to watch your music being performed at you, y'all. I've experienced this a few times. It's a very strange feeling. Nice. Getting the bass in there. Kirk's coming in. goes to show you just how great this music is. It's got a really wonderful lyric. Bernie Taupin's one of the best. Elton's one of the best at creating melodic songs that have really great melodic contours and harmonic shifts to them that make them fun to hear and fun to play. And it makes them pliable to other genres, right? And I like this style of solo from Kirk. Elton loves it. You know, if you're gonna cover a song, you've got to make it your own. It's got to fit right. Set to that. Double kick. I never knew that Elton needed some double kick, but that worked okay. There's those chromatics. Go back to that one riff for the ending, for that flat 2/1 that Elton put in there. Fine. Amazing, Elton says. Yeah. Elton was, I wonder if Elton was like me. He's like, okay, how are y'all going to do this? And PBS, a wonderful public broadcasting station. I think I'm going to stop it there and say thank you to Metallica and friends for that one. Wow, y'all, that was fun. So it's not the first metal cover that I've heard of this song, actually. Way back in the early days of our fan favorites series on Patreon, we counted down our favorite cover songs. And Dream Theater did a cover of this song, and that cover won our poll. And of course, they've got one of the great keyboard artists of all time in Jordan Rudess, so their cover incorporated the keys quite prominently, but this worked pretty well. It goes to show you that the guys in Metallica are not just metalheads that don't know what they're doing and just making aggressive sounds. They know how to play. They know how to adapt music that they've written and music that other people have written, and they got it right. They did. It was a really great cover. If I ever get to see Metallica live, I would love for them to do some covers like this. That would be quite fun to hear, y'all. So there you go, everybody. That's a little bit, not a little bit, quite a bit of Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding. I noticed that the Funeral for a Friend part, when Metallica did their cover, gets kind of cut off. So they're really just doing Love Lies Bleeding and not Funeral for a Friend. And that one is really keyboard centric, right? So it makes sense that they would not include that first part of that 2-song kind of big track, right? But I think it worked very well. And of course, I enjoyed myself. So it's always great to see Metallica doing these covers. We saw them do whiskey in the jar one time on a St. Patrick's Day. I've got my green on today, for St. Patrick's Day, and we loved hearing them do that. So they've obviously got great range, and there's multiple reasons why they've been one of the leading heavy metal bands for the last 40 something years, y'all. So it's been a lot of fun to listen to music from Elton John and Bernie Taupin as interpreted by Metallica. How about that, y'all? It's been a fun week, and I hope you have a great extended weekend, y'all. We've got Labor Day weekend coming up, so enjoy yourself, and I will see you next week. That is all for today, my friends. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.
It's the Daily Doug. Welcome to the Daily Doug. The Daily